Hello everybody, this is Chromasco018, and this is going to be my thoughts and recap for Blue Exorcist episode 20, I think. I think it was episode 20? Let me check real quick. Because I do not remember if it was episode 20 or episode 21 that I had already last uploaded. Because, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I got, the last... I don't want to do it twice, is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm on my channel. Let's see. Blue Exorcist, Blue Exorcist. Yeah, it was episode 20. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's for episode 20. Anyway, the monastery the guys had lived in their whole lives got attacked, and come to find out it's covered in demonic spider webs, and the guys are wrapped in them, but somehow they are still alive, but not for long. While they're out trying to figure out what's going on, they get attacked by a guy in a mask with the spiders, because one freaking crawled out of the guy's robe and over his mask, and it's very creepy. And apparently, somehow, either they made this person suffer, or their father made this person suffer, because it seems like everybody's always taking their anger on Satan out on the guys, when it's not their fault. They were never there. So, yeah. So, this guy attacks Rin and uses the spider webs to seal, not seal, but to essentially glue the sword into the sheath so he can't draw it. And Rin is stopped by Kirigakure because every time he goes running off and tries to stop somebody, she gets called in to stop it. So, Yukio goes after him and climbs up into a bell tower, I think it was. And finds Neuhaus, the guy who had helped set up, the Exorcist exam thingy from before, and who had a grudge against Satan, and tried to take it out on Rin by trying to kill him. Yeah, that guy, the guy with the eye patch. Apparently, Yukio thinks it's him, though, to be completely honest, we've got no real proof at the moment, except that he was there when Yukio was trying to chase down the guy, and he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, possibly. If it wasn't him. If it was, then he's trying to play it off. However, later, they end up finding out that the guy that attacked them went after everybody else at True Cross Academy, and thus is holding them hostage with the same spider webs. And Yukio is sent over there to try and help and, defuse the situation, but apparently the only demand is that if anybody but the Son of Satan comes in, he'll kill the hostages, essentially. And Yuki is not going to allow Ren to go inside, and technically, he kind of obeys the guy's request, because technically, even though he doesn't show the powers, he is the Son of Satan still, because he's Ren's brother, he's his twin. So technically, he's the Son of Satan too, even though he doesn't have the powers. So technically, he did, he did comply by the guy's request. He just didn't get the guy that he actually wanted. Anyway, Ryuji and Konokomaru are being held hostage in, the spiderwebs, and, I think Yukio's phone goes off, which alerts the guy to his presence, and it's essentially, I think, Ren calling at this point, trying to find out what's going on, and the guy tells Ren to show up, and Kirigakure tells him, you're not going anywhere unless you can at least light one of these candles without, disintegrating it, or melting it, or whatever. Ren pops up, and we actually see that he did manage to light the middle candle, which is good. Though we've seen him have control over his flames in Season 2, because, like I said, this whole continuity thing is kind of confusing. That's why I decided to upload it the way I did, because it was the way I watched it. And part of this kind of, the whole thing involving Yukio near the end, it makes more sense for that to come first, considering what ends up happening later in this season. Hint for later episodes. Anyway, Rin pops in and uses fire to destroy the spider webs, and thankfully he doesn't hurt the guys when he does so, and the enemy ends up getting his mask knocked off, revealing it to be a woman. She jumps out the window and tries to escape. The police force and everything tries to shoot her and take her down because they think she's a demon. But Neuhaus pops up and says, no, that's not a demon, that's my wife. And as far as we know, his family, including his wife, had been killed by Satan, so yeah, something ain't right there. Anyway, she escapes, and Neuhaus essentially is detained, as well as Mephisto, with this whole situation. And he would have been arrested, but he just, he escapes in his usual fashion. And everybody is on the lookout for Neuhaus' wife at this point, because she's still on the loose and still holding a grudge against Satan. And by extension, Rin and Yukio. And thus they know how to, get rid of the spider webs by using Rin's fire, and thus they go back to the monastery and save the guys that were covered by the spider webs from them by burning the cocoon without hurting them. Which is good. And by all this point, Yukio is sitting outside, I guess, kind of sulking a bit because he wasn't able to really do anything to stop the person. And one of the higher-up people, I guess, pops up and asks, him to come with him. And we don't get to see what happens with that because I think that's around the time the episode ends. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, this whole thing involving Neuhaus' wife is going to be interesting because as far as we knew, she was dead. And for her to be brought back to life, either it's a demon possessing her dead body, or somehow she was brought back to life. I do not understand how that is possible because the only people who we know of in the Christian faith who have been able to bring people back from the dead is God and Jesus. Yeah, I don't think anybody in this show is that, because then again, it wouldn't surprise me at this point because we got the sons of Satan. It wouldn't be so far-fetched to have the children of Jesus popping up, or Jesus himself popping up in this, But yeah, I wonder if they would actually pull that kind of stunt in the show or in the manga because, this is evolved around religion, so it wouldn't surprise me. So it does make me wonder how his wife was brought back from the dead because, as far as we know, she was dead. And there's no way of bringing people back from the dead without... You can bring someone back when they're dead, through CPR and using electricity to start their heart back up again, but considering that was years ago, ain't no real chance, pardon my language, in hell, of being able to bring her back at all, because essentially I think the body would be brain dead at this point. Only way that would be possible is if it was put in cryogenic stasis, but even still, there's no real guarantee of getting her soul back. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the reaction, and I will try and get the next one out soon, and I will see you all next time.